Okay, fourth graders, we're going to start our discussion by talking about what do we know about the Alaskan pipeline. What do we know about why it was built, the controversy, the arguments over it being built, and some of the results of it being built. Okay, jump in.
Well, I think the reason for the Alaskan pipeline being built is so that it can transport all the oil.
They built the Alaskan pipeline so they didn't have to haul
From Boonville Bay. It was built from Boonville Bay and it was close to the Arctic Circle in Alaska.
What were some of the potential problems? Why was it controversial? What were the arguments for and against the Alaskan pipeline?
Because the impact on the roads was harsh, and there was also landslides called thermal cars.
Remember to talk to everybody so that people feel like they can jump in.
Hey Larissa, do you have anything about the project?
Discussion.
It gives us like more oil that we need.
Okay.
That could be moved to other places that they barely have anything.
Any other controversy about the Alaskan pipeline?
Well,
With wildlife or spills or anything?
Well, it damaged a lot of animals when the oil spills happened.
well, we wouldn't really need oil that much if we just used other transportations, like bicycles, anything on wheels that don't use oil, like pedal-powered car.
Micah, do you have anything to add? The Alaskan pipeline is affecting the nature's food chain.
All right, now let's jump into our question of the day. Should the Keystone Pipeline be approved by Congress and President Obama? What would you advise? So, Reese, would you give us a little bit of background on the Keystone Pipeline?
Well, it was starting in Alberta, Canada, and then it goes all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico in Texas.
Should we allow the Keystone Pipeline to be built? What would you advise the president?
I don't think that it should be built because it can cause a lot of major catastrophes around that place, especially according to wild animals crossing by. They might accidentally break the pipeline, or any other temperature or weather can even destroy the pipeline.
I don't think it should be built.
Speak up, Abby.
I don't think it should be built because it's going over the Mississippi River. I agree with Abby because something could happen to the Keystone Pipeline if they actually did make it, and the Mississippi River could be full of oil.
It produces more. I approve of it because it produces more jobs. It gives $2 billion for all the people to work with it. Do you have anything to add, Larissa?
There's a lot of damage in nature.
I disagree with Reese because there's many different ways to travel, and you don't need oil really much to live. You can use campfires, so many different ways to live without oil.
Campfires need oil.
No, they don't. To wood and fire.
I disagree with Reese because you could have a lot of oil and it could produce jobs.
Speak up, Abby.
It could produce jobs, but after it was done getting built, all the jobs would disappear. I kind of disagree with Ben of the whole kind of campfire and we don't need cars kind of thing. Because, like, if we have to go get food and we're trying to travel to Bemidji from, like, where we live, like, from where I live, it would take, like, maybe a whole day traveling on the road.
just to restart things, what should we advise President Obama as far as and Congress about the construction of the Keystone Pipeline from Canada to the Gulf of Mexico?
I don't think it should be built.
I agree with it, Dan. I agree with Ben.
That is a good point, but based on the evidence, I predict that that it should be built because it makes oil get around the world faster. It makes we won't have to travel by bike or truck for a long time.
That's a good idea.
Oh, and I have one. I agree with Reese because if you like to take a bike or something, it might the oil might come spill.
Noah, what do you have to add?
Huh?
What do you have
Oh.
to add?
I think it shouldn't be built because if the permafrost melts, it could if the oil freezes and then if the permafrost melts and then it will make a thermokarst, then the oil could become bad, and if the whole pipeline, if that froze, it could crack and then oil could spill and then it could go into the Mississippi River and it could kill fish.
They didn't have to haul oil in trucks.
Because it would waste more oil because you'd lose oil by trying to get more oil, so it doesn't really make any sense.
So then there's no accidents around the what areas being built by other animals.
We talk to everybody, remember?
I agree with Ben, and yeah, it says somewhere in the book that there was a hunting accident where a hunter shot a bullet into the pipes connecting well, and that could happen.
Mike, it took something to happen on the last pipeline.
Bullet.
All right, well, thank you, everyone.